Hello violinists, welcome to Pro Am Strings. I'm Henriette and in this lesson we're going to learn the D minor scale. We're going slowly and we'll learn it completely from scratch, and by the end of the lesson you should have progressed so far that you can play it just like you would play it in your grade exam. So let's go ahead, let's get started. Have your violin ready and perhaps also your scale book, and we're going to play every note twice with long bows. And we're playing the D minor harmonic version. The reason that we're choosing to play harmonic minor is that both the way up of this scale and the way down have got the same notes, so that makes it that little bit easier in my view. So we're finding the D first by playing like this. And we're playing this in the third position. So we're starting on the second finger, which is the D. And I want you to check this with the D string. Now once we've found our D, we now don't have to change position anymore in the course of this D minor scale, you see? So you can stay in the third position all the time. We're playing every note twice with long bows. Here we go. And wonderful. Just leave your finger down on the string for one more moment so that we can test this note to see if we're still on that same D as where we started. Well done. Now on this next playing, let's play the scale exactly like it is printed in your music. So with a long tonic and then quavers going up the scale, and we're playing it still separate bows. But every time we hit a first finger on a new string, we're just going to pause for a moment and check that first finger for the tuning, for the intonation. And we're checking it with the string below. So first of all, we're checking our starting note. Are we ready? Slowly it goes. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and just hold it here. Check it with the G string. Adjust your finger if you need to. And when you're happy, let's continue. Hold it here. Check it. Carry on. check it again. Check it again with the open D string here. Check it here. And check it again here at the end. Wow. And that constant checking is vital for good intonation in this scale, because a lot of things happen with the fingers, and you've noticed that, haven't you? So let's think about the placement of the fourth fingers for a moment. You'll probably have noticed that on the G string, the fourth finger is an F, so it comes close to the third finger. On the D string, your fourth finger is a C sharp, so it comes really, really high, so well away from the third finger. On the A string, your fourth finger is a G, so that is a normal fourth finger. And so is it on the E string as well, where you have a D in your fourth finger. So this time when we play it, let's try and feel where those fourth fingers are going. So we're checking our notes again. When you're ready, here we go. And because many people find this quite confusing, that you've got a gap between fingers 2 and 3, so a whole tone between D and E, but then your fingers close together between the third and fourth fingers, and your letter names of your notes will be E and F. Can we start this again? Now a super stretch. That's the one. Now this is not a stretch, this is just a normal fourth finger. And so is this fourth finger as well, but it feels a bit different because before this last fourth finger you play a raised third finger, you see. Now we'll go down starting on 4. And as always, I'll check this final D. Great work, really good. Now this time I shall try not to talk while we play, so we'll go up and down in one go. 3 and 4 and... And all the while you get better and better at playing this. So now we're going to slur this as well. So that means that our first note and all of the Ds that we play in this scale are going to be separate bows with a long bow. And then all the quavers, Americans call these 8th notes, they go 2 by 2 slurred, or 2 notes on one bow. So I'll count us in for 4. 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and... We keep checking that all the time. Well done, that's coming along now, isn't it? On this next playing, we're going to play it slurred once again. And I want you to check and become aware where we have a string crossing during the slur. Not all of the slurs have got string crossings, but some of them do. So let's find out where they are, shall we? 3, 4. So here we've got our first one. Let's play that a few times, shall we? 4, 1. That's one to be aware of. Carry on now, down bow. Let's practice that again twice. So much better at this scale. Well done. Now we're going to add some more performance directions to it. So we make this a scale which you perform in your exam. It's not just a matter of playing it and getting all the notes right. No, you've got to get a step further. And you need to make this convincing to your examiner. And that means you want to make sure that you play with your best sound ever. So you want to create a really warm and gentle tone. You want to play a crescendo to your top note, and then as you've come down on the second section of this scale, you want to keep that fullness of sound. And when you perform this scale in this way, you're going to score much better than when you just play it without thinking too much about the sound, you see. So let's test our first note. Now really work on straightening your bow. So we're playing this slurred, so keep using the longest bows ever and really drive your notes up to the top note. 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and... your default style of playing, you're going to get into a habit of always playing with a warm sound, and that is so good. That's really good grade 3 level of playing if you can achieve that. So we're going to play one more time, and this time I want you to make your bows as smooth as you can, so be careful to avoid any sort of jerks. So this is going to be super legato. So this is no mean feat, because we're going to go super legato using the whole bows, really driving your musical line towards the top note and also playing it without a single error. You've got your work cut out. Here we go. 3, 4 and... a very nice style of playing. Very, very clever. Well done. Now, as so often, we've come to the end of the D minor scale lesson, but let's see if you have retained one of the other scales. So let's play a B flat major scale, separate bows. 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and... can you still remember the A minor arpeggio? We're playing it separate bows too. A minor arpeggio. Think about your letter names. A, C, E. And well done, well done. Now let's play a D major scale slurred. So take your time to find your D. Slurred, here we go. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and... And now for the ultimate challenge, can you now play D minor scale slurred? 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and... And I am so in awe of you if you followed all of this video right up until this point. Now in our next lesson we're going to be learning the D minor arpeggio. So I very much hope you won't miss that, and I look forward to seeing you in that video. Bye bye.